tired. To get up early, go to Costco. Well, go to McDonald's on the way to Costco. And get that Mickey D's breakfast. And I came back and laid in bed. All back asleep. I'm tired. Block you out of my baby. Oh, you still don't lie to me. Eastern thing.
Hello again. How may I aid? Hello again. How may I aid you?
Yeah, that's a boss. Yeah, this is the one we're working on now. That's why I'm trying. Oh, I'm so tired. Man, I should have just been. Should have just updated Star. I probably should have just updated. Do something that doesn't require. I need to run these like other ones, but the nice thing is that we did get the. It's. I think we need like a better version, but yeah, we need one with a better like secondary stat on it. But this one's nice. We got 10% chance. I think. Well, I think it always rolls on 10%. We need better idols. Basically. I also fumbled because I got a lightless arbor key, and then my dumbass decided to run the level 2 version, and I died at the boss fight. Oh, elemental resistance. Yeah. Yeah, these aren't bad. Yeah, actually, these really aren't that bad. I just need better standing ones. Or better ones. Replace some of those other smaller ones. Up away. Of the loot. Um, what's Oracle Amulet? But I don't think we can get. Oh, we can use brigand for. Uh, yeah, we were working our way through the title. That was a different timeline. Oh, let's see if I still remember how to play this.
Impossible. Impossible.
Get back my range. I still kind of want to do a word bear build, but I think I'm gonna wait to get the oh nice, let's go. We can do it. Whatever. Hopefully we can get the helmet off of this one. Thought that might be the same sword. We got that one B sword like 20 different times. But hopefully we can get the helmet. I think if we have the helmet, then whenever we have the egg from the Harbinger things, we can just put the helmet in. Try to empower that. I don't know how it works with like dungeon drops.
No room.
Oh.
No room.
I love the fact that like uh I can have my inventory open, then I can just click on an item to still just put it in my inventory. Oh, dancing strikes. As it do be very nice. Rosanna, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope your week's been going well. Really? Yeah, I'm alright. A little tired, a little headache, a little hot, but we're alright. We'll survive. I'll run this down. Oh wait, what am I doing? I just opened. That's such a nice feature. Shake my head. Jimbo's in bed on that Delulu juice recently. Smashed Aberoth already? Not even. This character is still the first character I've played this cycle. So he's not even level 70. But what's up, Jimbo? What's up, Valor? Welcome in. I stream daily, yeah, generally I stream Monday through Friday, twice a day. Is my current schedule. Oh, Nelly, calm down. Yeah, I don't think it would kill me if I stand on it, but... Oh, nutty. Oh, he just died to the Swarmblade. Swarmblade is so nice.
Impossible.
I'm gonna for this update. Just to flame out after death. I can't do hardcore. Too lazy. Old me who used to do hardcore like Diablo 2 PvP would frown that turned me. But I don't care. Not to mention, some of them are like... Sometimes some of the balancing stuff is off. Wow, Jimbo just comes to my streams just to like inspire himself for his own stream titles. First it was his off-brand toothpaste that we're now bankrupt in because all of our stocks are plunged in. Because people keep like demanding refunds due to medical reasons because Jimbo didn't test the toothpaste and so now everybody's losing their teeth. Now it's I was gonna try a clothing line that we're also gonna be poor. I'm gonna assume that you're asking something about graphic things, but I don't use them because I don't want to use them and they cost money and I don't want any. Oh, let me just nip that one in the bud. Frozen water for sale, so. The frozen water once in a lifetime. Chipped it off a glacier. Trust. Meanwhile, he's just in the back pub using a garden hose to fill up bottles to like put in the freezer. Nice. And then the last point goes there. And the last point goes there. Mana efficiency, and then the last point goes there. Jesus. She's moving silence like lasagna. I haven't heard that one in a minute. don't even remember where I heard that the first time. But I know it's been a long time since I've heard someone say that. Oh, I missed the actual pattern. That is the only reason you know it. I don't even know who that is. It's not off of that. It's always funny because I always like I'll know like stuff, but I'll never know it from the original content. One of the homies. Alright, yeah. Yeah, that's like me though. I'll always like I'll know someone who like knows the reference and they'll make it and they'll just be like, oh, and then I'll be like, oh, I heard that when someone else brings it up and they'll be like, oh yeah, you like watch this shit too, and it's like, no. No. The only time I was like kind of up to date on the content and I'd watch it myself is whatchamacallit, Dark Souls 1 stuff, like what rings you got, bitches. And then give me that butt animation. It's all good. There's a couple other good ones. Shit. Alright, yeah, no, Jimbo, that one needs to go back in the oven that you pulled it out of and never, you know, back to see the light of day. As fire. Homester fire, maybe. Let's go. Actually, you know, it's a good thing. You're trying to
We've done it.
workshop these
Yeah, with you on you.
these here, Jimbo. I'd hate to like have other people who don't try to hurt your feelings tell you how they really feel about it.
At the cost of burning up what is probably the last forest in this ruined world.
Because some of those need some work.
Farewell.
Oh. Actually, I probably didn't need. This probably wasn't worth putting all that stuff in, because it's all just gonna be useless stuff. Yeah, it's all just useless shit. Alright, so we got the helmet we need. Because I finally wasn't dumb and did the dungeon at level 65 when I shouldn't have. Mostly because I don't understand how the mechanics work. I still don't really understand how the mechanics work, honestly. Wait, I fulfilled a prophecy. Which had to have been the boss one. But I didn't see any of the idols drop. Oh, that means the loot filtered them out, and they could have been. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have just tried to finish the story. And this first descendant. Oh, I got a helmet. Kind of sad that it doesn't have its own unique model. That's just it's one of the armor models that the druid has, or primalist, I should say, has access to. Tier 4? Suck my nut. Tier 4. Excuse me.
Welcome. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
We'll still probably get some sprinkled in, but it should be a lot less. Sanctum of the Architect. I don't think we have access to that yet. The only downside to the prophecies is that they're kind of hard to get any real use of early on. Oh wait, is that? That's from the campaign, isn't it? Oh, I know what that is. Yeah. Yeah, I remembered. I was like, wait a second. I know that name. I'll do that real quick, see if we got any decent idols out of it. There's some Sui used to from last cycle looking for doing timeline bosses for the prophecy. Yeah, I wish that I feel like the dungeon prophecies shouldn't have a tier level attached to it, but should be oh, that's fun. I don't think it's my internet. No, it's not. And the game crashed. Thumbs up. I knew I should have just updated Star Rail. I don't know why. I don't know what happened with this cycle. I've had so many crashes in this cycle. I think the last time I streamed this, it crashed 2 times. Or no, I played it over the weekend and it crashed 2 or 3 times and it was really annoying me. It's one of the main reasons I stopped playing over the weekend. I don't know what they did. It's giving me the Path of Exile problem. Or as Path of Exile did more updates, it crashed more and more often. Kind of a bit of a pain in the ass when stuff like that happens. And I fiddled with the settings. And I tried looking some stuff up and I couldn't find any fixes, surefire fixes. I mean, that time I said it was a DC, but it doesn't. It was it was a crash. Crashy. Well, no, but for instance, they can scale it, right? They can have a built-in system where, say, you do it tier 1, you get 4, tier 2, you get 8, tier 3, you get 12, they can scale it to the actual difficulty you do of the dungeon. Leave it, the player can decide. Because, for instance, like it's great that later on, like it'll give you a lot. But the problem is that like how many players actually get to a point where oh, I teleported the wrong spot. How many players will get to a point where they can do a tier 4 that gives them 12 unique items per prophecy? Not very many. Like, and most of that will probably come to the fact that they'll look at it and be like, man, why, like, what's the point of doing it, right? Like that's kind of the angle that I'm looking at it. It's like if a new player does this and they get really excited because they hear that, oh hey, if you do the fate one, it's like solo self-found, but it helps you like find your way. To be fair, the passives you get from it are really good too. But like when they go to the thing and it's like, oh, do this at tier 3, do this at tier 4, do like, you know, and it's they just started and it's a character like, and then they go and they look and it's like, oh, that's like level 70. That's like, you know, it's like high level. Like stuff like that tends to be pretty like it doesn't make like newer players want to like stick around even if the game is fun, because they'll feel like they'll probably get through the timeline system and stuff, but it's just like it feels weird because it's like whatchamacallit, like there's other better things to do. Like I'd rather just do like I'd rather go and do a timeline like 3 times over than do like the dungeon, especially if it's like a higher tier dungeon. Where'd you go? This bitch. In your teleporting shenanigans. I thought you teleported again. She's over here. No, I hate this boss. I hate because she teleports so fucking much. Like, I mean, she doesn't have to teleport too much now because we have enough damage, but like, I don't have to chase her around. The arena's too big.
Lagan is unpredictable. I was trying to protect everyone.
Right. Go back to running on your timelines. Whoa. Especially block it instantly in hardcore or in safe core because it's faster. Jimbo, you can't go sub-zero with ice. You can make ice by being sub-zero. Mobs you need. I mean, I've never had that issue. Last cycle, like, cause like there's certain timelines that have a higher chance of like certain mobs. Like I forget, like, cause I remember I had an issue with the serpent ones, the ones where you get the elite serpent ladies, and because I got that prophecy early on, but I think it was one of the level 70 timelines where there was a shit ton of them, like every time, and I knew as soon as I got that one, I knew which timeline to go to. Like, I'm not saying it's a perfect system. I'm just saying that, like, you know, for, like, looking at it from, like, a newer player, like, I don't care, right? Like, I knew go get lens, block the lens, because I'm not going to be able to do a tier 3 or tier 4 dungeon anytime soon. Like, I mean, I tried to do a tier 2 lightless arbor the other day, and I just got stomped by the boss because I'm just bad. But it's just, like, you know, I'm just saying, in the perspective of, like, a newer player, it's, like, kind of a bit... Like, it's something that, like, I think that it would just allow for people to have a bit more enjoyment from it. Or be able to put it to more use earlier. Like, if instead of, like, having the dungeon itself... Oh, this isn't an arena one. I was hoping it was. I could be lazy. Instead of having it just, like, tied specifically to a tier, like, it would just be, like, here's a dungeon, and then depending on what tier you get, like, what tier you do it on, dictates how many of the reward you get. It'd probably be a bit more of a pain on, like, the coding side of things. But it's just like, it's just a thought. Not like all the systems are gonna be perfect. There's always gonna be downsides to any system. There's no, like, hey, we can fix... Or in most cases, there's a couple cases where that is the case, but like I'd rather have it, like have this prophecy system than not have it at all. I really liked the silver coin prophecy system in Path of Exile back when it was like first implemented. I thought it was really nice. Especially as someone who generally plays as like a solo player. I remember back then getting a couple of like decent uniques from the prophecies that I could give to friends and stuff. Never really got anything from my build, for at least unique wise, but it was still pretty. I still liked it. La-di-da. I have to cross that bridge there. 70% of players never killed the first mono boss. I'm not too surprised. To be fair, in my opinion, one of the things they do poorly is introduce people to the monolith system. Because I think what happens is like newer players get stuck on like Lagan because he's actually a pretty hard fight, or they get stuck on the snake fight after, and then they go, man, I suck, and then they don't even look at the monolith system because the game doesn't just give you a quest to tell you like at level like 55 or something, you should just have a quest that it should just be like how they do with the they do this with the circles, right? Like you go to the city and then you go to the spot and you get a side quest that says, hey, go check out these 2 circles and decide which one you want. They could do that for the monoliths. Like for instance, I didn't know until I started looking when I was struggling on the snake boss lady. Well, actually that's a lie. I did know because at the time, like, dude, that was the only content. But like the snake boss lady and stuff, like people just don't do her. Actually, there's people that don't even do Lagan. Like they'll clear up until the teleporting lady's boss fight, and then they come and they do this. They do monoliths because it's easier and you get better loot. But like you wouldn't really know that if you didn't really like play the game like that, right? And like newer players, so I'm not too surprised that most of them don't kill the first boss, because I'm pretty sure most of them don't even go into the monoliths to figure out like what's going on over here, because the game doesn't really tell you, hey, by the way, if you're like, you know, struggling, you can come do this. Because a lot of people are used to Diablo 4 Path of Exile, right, where it's like you do the campaign, then after you're done with the campaign you start doing the other stuff. So it's just like Last Epoch's a little like, I guess like old school in that regard, where not everything is attached to the campaign. There's stuff you can do aside from it. Don't do either of those two. The life changes my even entering Lagan zone. Yeah, I did Lagan like after I think I cleared the first monolith, and it still got a little dicey. That shit is rough. It is not fun. Oh, set item? I thought that was unique. I should have hovered over it. But it's just like, that's probably something they could definitely do some work. It's just like, introduce people to the system. Because like, the first monolith is what? Technically level 58? You can clear this at like level, I think I was doing it at like level 54. But that was before I got Swarmblade. Like, at level 54, 55, you could just have a quest that just pops up here. Like, that just goes, hey, here's this monolith system that you can start from now and it'll help you progress through the story, like that kind of deal. And I think it'd be much better, because it's not really like in your face. Honestly, the first time I was like looking for the monolith system, it took me a second to be like, oh shit, it's like over here. I have it at level 20. Yeah, but let's be honest, most people don't remember level 20 aside from specialization, mastery, let's go, we're winning. Like, I don't. Like, I know they make a mention of it, but it's just like, it doesn't do you any good to make a mention of something that you're not gonna be able to use for like almost 40 levels. Like, the only people who are gonna use the monolith system, like, on time, quote unquote, are people who either play this game a lot and they know it, or people that follow a guide. And a majority of casual players don't do either of that, so you kind of have to be a little bit more handholdy. And I think like sometimes developers forget that. Once they finish the story. Yeah, well, I mean, if they can even finish the story. Like, I don't know if they nerfed her, but the snake lady is basically impossible to do without touching the monoliths. You just don't get good enough gear. Like, at all. Like, I had a pretty strong build last league, or last cycle. I'm just gonna call it league because of Path of Exile. Last cycle. And, like, it... Oh, bro, that lady fucking destroyed me. Like, I didn't have a single issue with that build. I think it was like I think I was doing Void Knight. And, like, I couldn't kill her. The snake, like, that thing just murdered my fucking team. Like, my build to the... Like, it was so bad. They nerfed it to the ground? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm still going off of, like, last cycle. Like, early last cycle. Cause, bro, she was tough, dude. It was not an easy fight. Such a hoe for loot. Why I love this system. Even though I think like 90% of the set items in this game are like kinda useless. Yeah, but I mean, even then, Lagon's still kind of hard. I've seen a couple people get stuck on Lagon. As of they don't respect the laser beams. I almost died because I accidentally mistimed my movement around his, like, channeled ability that he does. That's what almost killed me. I almost got murdered. And I already had Swarmblade at that point. I need relics. Yeah, we'll go see what's down here. But yeah. Well, because, and I mean, it's like, again, it's kind of if you get that far. I remember, I think the first time I played this game, to be fair, I still don't quite understand the fucking defenses. Like, sometimes my character still feels like, well, not so much after getting Swarmblade, but sometimes my character, like, I'd build him, like, I'd have his resistances almost, like, capped out, and then I'd have, like, a decent amount of armor, and then I go fight the goat bosses, and they just destroy my build. Because Avalanche goes burr. Which, speaking of, oh my god, I don't know if they did anything to the enemy avalanches, but sheesh. I did that, like, day 2, I think. And I died because that avalanche just deals so much damage. And I think it, like, was kind of, I think I was, like, lagging a little bit, so I was getting hit by the avalanches before it actually, like, finished dropping. And then I'd get stunned, and then just get completely destroyed. Even though from what I heard that was normal. A lot of people were dying to the avalanche from the patriarch. I mean, you know, it's just kind of stuff like that. You wear 8 chains. It's bad for your neck, Jumbo. Unless you're gonna do weight training exercises for your neck, which is also dangerous. Be less of a Great Dane and more of just like a droopy branch. I thought The totem health bar lulled me into a false sense of minion security. Dude, you have an egg, so I can test my theory. Oh nice, we're level 7. Oh right, I was so... I need to remember to watch the whatchamacallit. Must be good for just dismantling. I need to remember to watch the Path of Exile thing after stream today. Don't forget. Path of Exile drops. I think they go live in like an hour. 15 minutes, I think. The Harbinger system, I like it. I think it's really nice, honestly. It's kind of like to my taste, honestly, like if I'm honest. I like the Empower system. Like, to be fair, I haven't gotten to a point where like they're dangerous. I have yet, like, aside from when I tried them in the story, like after I was able to start, even before I got to this like the full build going, like I didn't have an issue killing them. And it's nice to just have like an extra just an extra form of unique obtaining, if you're, especially if you're someone who doesn't want to deal with like the trade stuff just because you're lazy like I am. But it's really nice, right? Because with the egg system that you can randomly get, right, you can empower specific legend like uniques you have. If you see a really nice rare piece, you can empower the shit out of it. Like, you know, it's got really good flexibility. I honestly think they knocked it out of the park with that one. I like it way better than the mages, the experimental mages. I like it so much better than that system. Because like it gives you as a player control over it, which is really good. In my opinion. That's one of the things I think that I don't like about like Path of Exile is that unless you know like the super complicated ins and out of like crafting, as a player you don't really get too much control over what you do. Like how to obtain things you want. And like this one's a very simple system. Does it have an item you want? Yes. Can you empower it and kill it later? Yes, then empower it. If not, or if you need the item now, you kill it now and you take it. Does it have nothing you want? Then banish it. Or just kill it anyway. Like, you know? It's like, it's such a good system. I don't have one. I feel like I have one. I don't have one. Such a hoe for loot. Easy now, it used to be impossible to get one LP. But like I like it. I don't know, I actually from what I've seen, I think most people that's kind of been the general consensus is most people like the system. Which is good. Which makes me hope it kind of just becomes a standard system. I also think thematically it's pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of the Neo 1 and 2 Revenant system. It's like subject. Honestly, I honestly just think Jimbo's just here to like test how it sounds for senses. He's like, alright. He's got like a notebook and he's just writing down which like Which which one-liner sound good for his next stream title? I'm gonna start charging Jimbo testing hours. No way, said that. Jimbo, like half of the sentences you say came from a rap song. Not even. Granted, the predicate part sounded familiar. Lil Wayne cracks me up because he'll say some of the most fucking fire lines and then forget that he's the one that fucking said it. That shit. I don't know if you've seen that interview where it's like they read him a line that he's written like in one of his rap songs and he's like, damn, that's sick. And they're like, you wrote that? He's like, oh, wait, what? That shit cracks me up. Bro, imagine being so fucking lyrically just gifted that you could just drop these lines and then just forget they exist. That's insane to me, dog. I may have not always liked every one of his songs, but I will never deny that man has a way to make words do what he wants them to do. An item. Bro. Actually, I want relics. Where are my fucking relics? Go for the affixes. Lyrical genius, bro. That was like, oh my god. It's been interesting when you realize like how many people like lyrically have just been. They may not have all been like extremely gifted, like to the degree of the greats, but they're still like good enough that you're just like, wow, damn. Like what the, like it's so good. Such a good time for people that like the lyrical side of music. I still have my helmet. I had to double check if I still had my helmet from before getting that one. And that means I need to get another, well, I need to hope that it rolls something pretty decent. And then I need another lightless arbor key to get another helmet in case it doesn't roll well. I need another crab key. Oh, anything in there? Where fucking is it? Oh well, wait. 17, that's something. I still want to try my Void Knight shield throw build that I've been kind of brainstorming, especially with the new weapon. The new quote-unquote one-handed axe. Bro, that shit cracks me up. The one-handed axe was actually a shield. That was so, like, fucking big brain, whoever came up with that one. Cause I think like one of the cool things from games like Dark Souls, right, is you can do stupid shit like that. What is it? Was it Dark Souls 3? I think every Dark Souls had its own version of like the dual shield thing going, but I think Dark Souls 3 was the one that had like like the big like double doors that were like shields or something. Stuff like that's cool. I like when games do stuff like that. Maybe I'll just wait for like an actual oracle amulet at this point. I think difficulty only appeal. Honestly, I think people don't realize the biggest appeal to like Dark Souls has always been like the freedom of just being able to just do so much different shit. Like you can mold your own character. And most things are pretty readily viable, so at the very least you can clear the story on most things. It may not be easy, but you can generally clear the story just about any build. Glad to see these Void Earths still hurt. Yeah. Like I think it's the appeal that it's like when you're looking from the outside in, people are just like, oh, the satisfaction of beating like a hard boss, which I mean, it's true. It's pretty satisfying when you beat some of those really hard bosses. Like it's great. But like the satisfaction like pales in comparison to doing it on a build that you like kind of thought of and wanted to do and seeing it come to fruition. It's so good. It's one of the main reasons I didn't really care for Sekiro, even though the combat was like really great, because it's just like it didn't have that big like that creativity part for me, because you're playing a character, not like your own like person. But like I love watching Sekiro playthroughs. I think it's a marvelous game, but I know that I wouldn't really enjoy it because when I think From Software games, I think of like the freedom to make your character and make it like do the things you want, which is really cool, and make it look how you want. I won't lie, when I played Dark Souls 1 and 2, I made my character, the stats I chose on my character was whatever I could use to wear the fucking armor and items that I thought looked cool. Like that was it, dude. As soon as I found out I couldn't do that in Sekiro, I didn't really care. I think if they even let me choose like what weapon I could use in Sekiro, I might have like added it on my list of games to eventually get, but because I don't mind the parry system. I know a lot of people were turned off by it. And to be honest, I was slightly, like, not really impressed with it. But then I played, like, Wulong, which their entire combat system is relatively similar to Sekiro's, like, parrying mechanic, where you parry to break the boss and stuff. Actually pretty satisfying once you get the hang of it. Now, Wulong has its own problems in the fact that it's a coding shit show. And apparently they somehow made it worse since the last time I played, but I still want to do another playthrough of it. I think one day I'm going to try to do, like, a playthrough of the Team Ninja games I own. Which would be like Neo 1, 2, and then Wulong. I don't own any of the Ninja Gaiden games, and I don't plan to own any of them. I tried those games back on the Xbox when I was younger. Those games are not for me. Okay, those games are rough. Oh, I can do Stranger of Paradise again, but I'd rather do that one on New Game Plus. Yeah, it's so nice. And I think it's one of the reasons I think that Elden Ring, the changes with like the summon systems and stuff was like so good, is because I still don't get the whole debate, well I guess I kind of do, like elitistness to a degree. But like the whole argument about how people about like, oh, you didn't actually play the game if you use summon, like who gives a shit, bro? Like who actually gives a shit? It's a fucking video game. I swear you can't just like enjoy shit in games because like everybody's always been like, no, you gotta do it like this, bro. That's such a problem in fucking Monster Hunter before they added, well, basically Monster Hunter up until World. Well, technically GU or Double Cross, or well, not GU, Generations Ultimate. GU is different. Where they added like the layered armor system. Before, like it was, do you want to look good or do you want to deal like a shit ton of damage? There was no in between. I was definitely Mr. I want to look, like I was like the halfway point. I was like, and I killed the thing in like 15 minutes with this armor like look. If the answer was yes, we're chilling. If the answer was no, then we were trying to find another piece of armor that looks cool that would give me a little bit more damage. Cause on God, I swear they did it on purpose that some of those armor sets that were like really strong just looked god awful. Being forced to summon for quest lines. I mean, like, but it's the reason I don't understand it. The reason I don't get it is because it's an optional system, right? Like, it is a per player decision you have to do it for the fights. Like, except for like, and I don't mean like those summons, but I mean like the new ones, right? The summon for the wolves and the jellyfish, like stuff like that. Not like the sign summons, because that's always a problem, especially if you're doing quest lines. That's always also a shit show, especially if they can't die in the quest line, because then you gotta like throw the fight and then because like those, I think like that's kind of just been something that people have been like, well, they're doing a quest line, cool, but like yeah, the like the mimics and shit like that. Like it's a personal choice. Why does it fucking matter? Just if the person wants to fight with the goddamn jellyfish, just let them fight with the goddamn jellyfish. If there was a if there was a rune bear summon in the game, I don't care if it would have been dog shit or it would have been the best summon in the game. I'm using it every time I play Elden Ring. I don't care. I don't care if it's cheesy. I don't care if it's bad. I'm a fucking bear. I love bears. I'm gonna play with a fucking bear summon, and you can suck my left nut if you don't like it. Like, honestly, on God. It's not like I'm telling you you need to do it. Just mind your own business. Stay in your lane. It's not like it's a competitive game. It's not like, you know, I'm playing like Tekken and I'm playing the character that has the fucking, I don't know, strong downward combo that is +6 on block while everybody else has like -2. Like, that's a different story. But you know, like, dog, let me live.
What brings you here?
Let me just do my thing. I'm just vibing the overalls from my jellyfish. See, yeah, now that's an issue. See, that's what we're talking about. Now we're at the real meats and potatoes of the argument. If I just want to chill
Safe travels.
with my wolves in the open world, being just not even a menace, trying to take cool screenshots, like, allow me to live my life. Live in my vida loca. Don't hold me back from software. To be fair, I think it was probably a coding thing, but you know. Live stream is on right now. Oh, I need to open that so I can get my drops. I'll have to watch the thing later. Are totems dead? That's all I want to know, Slinky. Are totems dead? Have they killed melee totems? Please tell me yes. Are they dead and gone? Are they dead and buried? Will they cease to exist? Game feels. Because to be fair, the trailers they were doing on the Twitter was pretty... A lot of those changes were pretty nice. Ready for the loot changes. The looting changes, where you have a little bit of distance now. That's going to be so nice.
Yes?
Impossible. Impossible.
Holy shit, I almost died. That region just barely kept me alive there. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic about this next league for Path of Exile. Cautiously optimistic. Oh, this build might actually like struggle a little. If they haven't done anything to it. I remember this bird was kind of a bit of a bitch on not this one, but like the next one. The bird was a bit of a pain with melee builds. I love when the Void and Earth like next to the like the elite is like tankier than the elite. I remember Path of Exile was today. There's something tomorrow. Pay attention. Oh, TennoCon is tomorrow. Right. I need to not forget so I can get my drops. I think we get Sarn Prime for free tomorrow. I do be a hoe for the free.
Impossible.
Because I'm trying to pay attention. I knew that these guys are kind of chunky, and my resistances aren't very good for them. But like, I couldn't even see what it was that was like hitting me for like almost 900. Yeah, because our void resistance is a little low. Oopsies. Alright, so I think this is probably what just minimum level increase.
The dawn of the black sun. Impossible. My shadow will cover this world once more.
I fucking knew it. I always do this. I always die to. I kill myself on this boss. I stand inside of his stupid spinny shit because I'm a moron. I have so much move speed, especially when I have my stacks up, and it's like, bro, it's such a pain. I hate it. I hate bosses like that. Where like your move speed, like you kind of like screw yourself over. I'm so bad because I always died so many times. Because my brain just, you know, I'm like, I can't just like stand still. I'm like, no, there's something here and it's trying to murk me. Try this again. All right, Mela.
Behold, the dawn of the black sun. Possible. My shadow will cover this world once more. Pathetic. This hate, this despair, oblivion burns within me. This world impossible.
I really don't have a dash.
My shadow will cover this world once more. My vengeance will be pain. This hate, this despair, oblivion burns within me. This world possible. Please deny it. My shadow will cover this world once.
God damn it. Yeah. He's like off the fucking ledge. Ow. There was no way I was in that hitbox.
My vengeance will be paid in ash. This hate, this despair,
I said inside the thing.
this world earned its ruin.
Yeah, this fight's still kind of a pain for melee.
My shadow will cover this world once more.
Let's go. It's still kind of a pain for melee because he stands like at really weird spots that for melee isn't really good. I'm gonna take that one for now because none of the other ones are very good for a build. Good there. Actually, no stuff for. I'm kind of looking out for multiple different whatchamacallit, multiple different idols aside from just the one that this character wants. I'm trying to see if I can get the the idols for the shield throw build that I want to do too. We'll have to see how that goes. I have not found any more of the Harbinger dudes to get my helmet back.
Impossible.
Speaking of the devil, he shall appear. What does he say? Some eternal? What a weirdo. Oh, we'll probably get this almost. We'll get this to 8, right? Then we can stop putting points into it. It'll be a while before we get that, though. Fucking weed whacker. I like that you at least get something when you empower them, dude, because you get the shards, which is pretty nice. Yeah, sometimes what feels bad is like, it's not like super delayed, right? Because you can only do it like 3 times. But one of the things that feels kind of bad with some of the mechanics when they give you like power like that is the delay of the said power, right? Which is what oftentimes like kind of makes people be like, "Eh," when they're like, I think it's like one of the, like, it was one of the big critiques that people had for Necropolis League from PoE, was a lot of people were just like, look, the sheer amount of the sheer amount of delay that it takes to get something out of the Necropolis League, like, it just didn't feel good. You had to run so many things just to get it, and then it's like sometimes there was a small chance for it to break, and then it just feels really bad. Oh, this would have been good too. There we go. Eyeballs. Oh, and a unique item. And rare relics. Well, I mean, it'd be better if they were exalted relics, but you know, we take what we can get. We take what we... Honestly, sometimes I think the reason you don't see the mechanic is less like it's not on your map and more it's like you just go in a direction that doesn't have it. That was painful. Oh, and it had an enigma. I honestly wasn't even paying attention to that. What do we get? Ah, plus 14 strength. No, I'll be there. Increase damage over time. Increase lightning damage. I don't know about the lightning or the damage over time, but the increased lightning damage will be pretty good. I guess this means I can go for a arc sork build if I feel like it. If we stick around long enough. Ooh, a tune. That's a little awkward. Those are awkward. They're the two chunky boys in like the one corner. $4.9K a book. But I need like 6 million. Those are so bad. Honestly, I'd rather they just replace those. I'd rather they just replace this with something else. Oh shit, what the fuck? Holy. Homie had some hands. Man, I watched I forgot, I don't remember which, I think it was the second Transformers movie. And I've been seeing people using like, putting clips out for like, the Transformer movies, the Michael Bay ones, and it's made me want to watch them again. I actually haven't even seen the newer ones. I think the last two recent ones I haven't seen. I know for sure I haven't seen the most recent one. Like, I've been out of touch with the Godzilla movies. Oh, I thought my game had crashed for a second. I was gonna be kind of sad. I was gonna be a little espresso if that had been the case. Vigorous. That looks cool. Oh shit, I forgot to put the stuff away. Oops. I wish the E had a little bit more range on it. At least for the purposes of scooping up the locust. I like how if you do enough damage fast enough, you can kind of kill things before they summon their duplicate. Box of Hydra. Plus one runic invocation, fire penetration with fire invocations, chance invoke Hedron on kill with fire skills. Oh. Increase damage over time. The other one? No, I mean it'd be good for shattering. I need to get put in its little corner so I don't. Or in case I want to do a build. Lightning damage spells and melee attacks +1 to multi-strike +2 to smite. A smite to use multi-strike on a boss or rare enemy. Oh, I probably, yeah, no, I should have used it. It was definitely better than mine. Ooh, I'll put that in somewhere. Mm-hmm. I'm glad see. This is why I also write things down, right? Because like I remembered about POEs today, but I was like, man, there's something tomorrow that I needed to like remember to like watch, and then I look at my trusty whiteboard next to me, and it tells me, shit, that's. Oh, that was the ambush. That was a little anticlimactic. Free money, I guess. Oh, nice. Charge the pylon. Charge the pylon. Not enough pylons. Wait, if I treat my hives like pylons, does that just mean my swarm blade's just one giant zealot? Is this what Is this what the Protoss look like? Were were the Protoss swarm blades before they became Protoss? Before they advanced in technology to go amongst the stars? Actually, no, the Swarm Blade would definitely be Zerg. Who am I kidding? Honestly, like, I kind of wish they had, I wanna... I was really hoping for a StarCraft ARPG before they announced Diablo 4. I know a lot of people were kind of like super looking forward to like a Diablo 4, but I kind of wish they would like. I want like when I want Blizzard to do like a new IP. I don't want something like the Overwatch debacle. I want something where it's just like make it in the line of like a game series you're technically supposed to be good at making, and then but make it like something new. Granted, I mean, I remember there was supposed to be like a StarCraft themed like MMO forever ago, but I think that was like Project Titan that got scrapped and turned into Overwatch. But it's just like they could do ARPGs. Honestly, the fact that like Blizzard, between having something like StarCraft and World of Warcraft, never doing a like Vampire Survivors-esque game is such a waste of potential. Especially the StarCraft one. StarCraft would have been so easy with the Zerg to like translate into the Vampire Survivors like formula. Like it would have been so simple. Like you basically had all the assets and stuff ready. Like the game would have just built itself really. Because they already have the upgrade systems and they have the heroes, right? Like, oh, it would have been so simple. And then, you know, they could have done all the different stuff with like the corrupted Terrans and just the, you know, overthrow. Like, oh my god, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, bro, they should have like done that stuff. Basically would have been like free money. Oh, that's what hit me last time. I just couldn't see it because the map was so dark. Because I thought about that a little bit. I'm like, because I've been thinking about like, because like, I think that like the Survivor style game, I don't think that's gonna go like anywhere anytime soon. I think like obviously I think the big wave of it is kind of over, but I think the actual like I think it'll be the case where you'll see. Well, I guess like it can be kind of like in a way ARPGs. You'll see like a couple throughout here and there because they're just such an easy formula to kind of put together. You kind of just need like, well, it depends on what you want to do with it, but you need a, you know, decent little art, some nice little systems. But I think they really, like, Blizzard really missed a huge opportunity they could have had there to make something based off of that. They could have also done like Warcraft themed survivors. They could have just, you know, Diablo, like all of their IPs like fit that. Because like you could do Northrend, Lich King, like the Void. Like you have so much content even in the World of Warcraft. And there's plenty of noticeable characters. People would love to play as Thrall, Jaina, you know. The stupid Sylvanas fans would be like, oh, shut up, sit down. Like, you know, you could do different characters through the time. Like, oh, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh my god, there's just such wasted opportunity. Not to mention it fits up their alley of genre of game where you just look at them like what's working on the market and then you combine different aspects together. I mean, it's how they made World of Warcraft, crying out loud. Where are those little fuckers going? Oh no, they're arguing on something like off in Narnia. Instead of fighting over here. Oh, we have 2 idols. Let's go. Winning. We also need to make our way over here, see if we can, like, something decent off of that unique timeline. Probably not, but, you know, a bear can dream. But yeah, it always makes me sad when you see, like, a decent opportunity. Like, I mean, for crying out loud, Deep Rock Galactic fucking made a game, Survivor-esque, and it seems to be doing pretty well. Holy shit, that one. So strong. Bro, the poison dude, he does not fuck about, that's for sure. Throwing damage, really? It also sucks because it's been on these maps, he's been like in little really tight corners, and all of his moveset takes up a lot of space. Because like the blood guy, like he really only has like one move that takes up a lot of space, which is like the little bombs he does. Aside from that, like everything else in his kit's like pretty easy to dodge. So the poison dude does not fuck about. Though to be fair, that's also just my fault. I need better resistances. The fact that I'm getting this far with like how shit my resistances are just shows how good this build is.
Not die here.
Honestly, like I don't even know if the actual like Viper Strike buff like did anything to this build. I mean, well, for boss killing, I definitely did. But like, the E is just so good. They're clearing through the map.
Yes?
Yeah, helmet's kind of don't mean anything to us because we're just gonna be using the helmet we have now. Oh. Oh, thanks there. What's up? How'd the... I'm assuming the PoE stream is done? Maybe if I hit control copy. Did I watch? No. I just play. I'll watch it later. No more totems blessed. To be fair, like we kind of figured that out when like I think almost all of the teasers showed had a dead totem just crumpled on the side. So we kind of were just like, yeah, there's no more totems. But yeah, no, I'm gonna watch like when I go to eat dinner after I finish the during the last epoch. I am looking forward to it. Temporal Sanctum, okay. I think I have one of those. I was about to say, I think that's the first one I've gotten, but no, I think I have one. 1,000 more words than Scourge League. Alright, hopefully, like, I guess I'll take a look at it. I'll be a little bit more excited for looking at it later. Honestly, I was like mostly pessimistic about it. That's a sly enemy.
Impossible.
Oh, there you are. Welcome to Pain Town. Always excited for PvE. Well, yeah. The Necropolis League kind of like dampened my excitement a bit. Alright, hopefully you can get everything going. Thanks again for the rado. Hope work is smoothly. And you don't spend most of it on toilet again. I guess we would like the endurance. Endurance is better. Oh, we got health regen on. Honestly, I'd rather just do that. I don't know what to put in here. I guess a little bit of strength wouldn't hurt. Maybe. Oh wait, no, that's poison damage. I thought that was poison chance. Alright, what do we got? No. No. Negative. I'm glad this one had a couple more idle rewards. It'd been kind of scarce earlier.
Impossible. Impossible. Impossible.
It's a bit of a pain when there's a lot of ranged mobs on one of the webs. They don't do a whole lot of like coming to say hello.
Impossible. Impossible.
I don't like how far away the shrines are though. I was really hoping to get the, I forget what idle slot is the one for the void damage convert. I also didn't pay attention to see if they got rid of it, but there's a whatchamacallit, there do be a idol that converts shield throw to void damage. I want it. Build viable for bosses? Well, according to the video the guys put out, I think he's killed everything with this build. Maybe not everything. I don't know if he's done Aberoth yet. But as far as I know, he's cleared all the timelines, cleared all the dungeons, and killed, I'm pretty sure, like, most of the, if not all the harbingers and stuff. Yeah, I'm following, what's his name? I think it's Perry. Yeah, Perry the pig. He has a swarm blade. It's not really, I'm following the build for it. It's gone pretty smoothly. It's really good for mapping, and I haven't really had the only boss I had a bit of a hiccup was the burb boss so far, but that's just because he kind of like stood in a corner that made it really hard to avoid taking damage, and my void resistance is pretty low. But yeah, originally I was doing a warbear build, but it kind of wasn't doing too hot. So I wanted to see if there was a like a druid build that was like good to like swap over to. Well, originally I thought I was doing a warbear build. There was a YouTube video I saw that kind of like made it seem that it was like a volley bear themed build, because they were like lightning bear things, and I was like, oh cool, but really it was less warbear and more just the gimmick people do where they use the shapeshifts to get back a bunch of mana, and you're just spending most of your time in like human form spamming Gathering Storm and Tornado. There was some like bear shenanigans, but the playstyle wasn't something I was overly fond of. So then I just tried to do a regular warbear build, and then I was like, eh. So then I looked for another one, and that's where I found Harry Swarmblade build. They seem to be doing pretty good. I haven't had any issues with it. I guess we'll... I kind of want to get... Are these exalted? No, they're rares. If those are exalted, I'd probably go try. I would have gone for those. We'll do this to get some shards, and then we'll do the timeline shenanigans. But I don't know why. When I played last Epoch, I feel like I've played for longer than I actually have. Like I feel like I should be almost done with stream, but like, and then I look over and it's been 2 hours. To be fair, part of that is just because today is I had to get up early today. What's the dog doing? Oh, something has my dog barking. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like, this build feels good, and like, to be honest, my gear's pretty shit. I think maybe the helmet's not too bad. It didn't have any LP when I empowered it, but it's not the worst. My weapons definitely leave much to be desired. I'm kind of using the wrong stuff. I think my chest piece, I'm pretty sure is pretty dog shit. Oh, Storm Cage, not Storm Gate. Well, I am trolling. I thought it was the Storm Gate, so I was like making a beeline over. And then I find a giant dude in my face and I'm like, oh shit. I can't read, I'm a bear. I might be fine. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. My necklace is like replaceable. I need the one that's like reduced damage over time. This axe is bad. This sword is like bad. The only thing good on this chest piece is a +1 to Swarmblade form. Oh, well actually this chest piece isn't the worst, now that I look at it. Great strike avoidance is pretty good there. We have the crab ring because we use the dive instead of dodging, and so we get extra health regen and permanent haste with it. And because crab. I need to get another one so I can empower it, but no dice so far. Oh wait, why did I pick up the helmet? I don't get the helmet. I wish the crab was stronger. Like, I wish it scaled off of a minion stuff, but it doesn't. It just dies like every 2 seconds. That's alright. Crab's like a real homie. He just got destroyed. Yeah, it's mostly just because since we have, we're using dive, and it has a relatively short cooldown, and then as long as we have like 6 maelstrom stacks, we have a speed boost. At least that's what I'm assuming. I don't know, that's what he calls for. What he had on the build. Oh shit, came alive. Oops. That was the wrong one. I don't know if we can finish this time. I guess we'll find out. I kind of just autopiloted through that. My bad. It was replaced. I mean, I say this, but it's like all of our fire resistance. Oh, never mind. We have too much fire resistance. Hey, is any good? We have crit strike components on that one. I think we'll just stick with it. Nobody talk to you. No. We'll see how this goes. I forget that I always talk over. I always go over to the Blood Tribe dudes. Well, to be fair, I forgot about it until I was already clicking accept and yes, and then I was like, oh wait, right, this one has difference. I don't know if it actually matters though. I've never done, like, cared to do the frost side of things. Yanzi, hello. How are you? Oh shit, you hurt. I got high crit chance, that's why. I was very tired. I had to get up early to go get groceries. And then I didn't really get much sleep after coming back home. But is fine. All I do is play video games anyway. I need sleep. Sleep when I'm dead. there's one down. Sometimes the navigating gets a little wonky in some big tighter areas. Oh, damn. I was gonna go try to collect them real quick because I had a feeling they were gonna run out. Come to me, my locust. I love how the thing is pointing forward, but it's actually aiming at me. Like, it's pointing in a direction that I'm not at, and it's like actually aiming at me. That's so funny. That's actually correct. I would find it less funny if it was killing me. Like if it was actually dangerous, but the fact that it, you know, the damage was manageable means that I can afford to chuckle at it. Now, if it had killed me when it laser beamed me, then I'd be a lot less like, I'd be a lot less hee hee and more like, what the f. Alright, see how this goes. I almost got deleted. Oh, stop. The pain. It's so hard to see. That's like where that orb, where all that shit hits. They've definitely done good work with like visual clarity on some of the abilities, but on some of the other ones it's still a little unclear when you're gonna take damage from a spot or not.
Your body will make an exceptional servant. Your interference ends now. These beasts obey me. Impossible. The chill of death surrounds you. Can you feel your blood begin to freeze? Impossible. I am undying.
Like the one-handed sword drop. We can use that for this one. We did it. I actually don't know if it's harder or not to do that. Product damage, freeze rate per stack with chill. Oh, that's interesting. This is the first one I never noticed this bridge here. That one has like multiple affix. That's just usable. I still kind of want to do a Spriggan build too. Oi, rude. Yeah, the blood one's like so easy compared to the poison one. I didn't have anything on hand to incubate in there, so we're just gonna have to hope that it randomly turns into something useful.
Impossible. Do not die here.
Oh, he came back to listen to more songs. He's like, what about this fire mixtape out now? The Bumbo Chronicles. Oh shit. The water ladies are a little spoopy sometimes. Especially when there's a lot of them in there. Not these fuckers. Get on wheels. Oh, that's such a cool looking helmet. To be fair, it doesn't really matter what our armor even looks like though, because since we're a druid build, like we just never see it. That was one of the main downsides to play like a shape-shifting build. You're like, I want to look cool in my armor. Takes all the time. But actually, what does that look like? Look at that, I'm a little boar head. Shoo-wee. Shoo-wee. Never see it though. Never see the light of day. Try to see if I can find any idols. Idol rewards. That's kind of like one of the bigger things that we're kind of hurting on. We're trying to get more of the idol rewards to get more of the stuff. I guess we can find out what the random unique that we had. Replace the egg is. Something kind of useless. I feel like his defenses are also just lower than the poison dudes. I don't know why. I don't know if that's actually the case or just I have to stay further away from the poison dudes. I'm a bit more conscious about it. Oh, was it? Yeah, I'm mostly trying to just go for in a direction that has stuff that could be useful, like exalted daggers, exalted swords, idols, uniques. Not so much the set pieces. Set pieces. For us on this build. And even then, like the unique ones, I'm a little less pressed for them because of the Harbinger loot pinata. But you know, extra chances are still extra chances.
Impossible.
Came to the wrong neighborhood, buggy boy. I'm the top bug around here. I haven't touched any of the ones that give me a key for the arena, though. I don't actually think I've ever done arena, now that I think about it. Oh, there's a wave one. I wonder what level drops. There was supposed to be a new Serpent Strike like here. I don't know what level that is. I don't think it works for this build though. Just fire damage. Yeah. You know, I kind of wish the I don't know if they do or not. At least I can't tell, but I kind of wish the shrines themselves would have like a bit of a visible indicator for what kind of thing you would get. At least for the gold and the one that gives you gold affixes and idols, like those. Because honestly, most of the times I just ignore them because I don't really need them, and kind of too lazy to go out of my way to grab them. So, bugs. It'd be nice if I could at least look at a glance and be like, "Oh, that's a currency one. I should probably go get that." Not really like a gripe or anything, just one of those, you know, I'm lazy, so would like to do less work. Please, developer, some. There's too much shit going on in there. There's too much like overlapping AoEs in an area that does not have enough space for me to be moving around them. Had the AoEs from the elites, had the AoEs from the shock shit, had the from the towers. Was not a fun time. Was not a fun time. Yeah, those lightning dudes are no joke. Oh, this is one of those weird moments where I like the instrumentals for this song, but I don't like the song. Bro, this map is such a shit show. It's all just like tight choke points with like a bunch of mobs that all they do is fucking AoEs. There's so much overlapping AoE on this one. And it's not an open map, so like you can't, like, there's not a lot of maneuverability. Oh, that map would have been a death trap, I feel like, on any of the two older builds I was doing. To be honest, like, we'll probably go for another 30 minutes, and then maybe I'll wrap up stream a little early. I know streams have been a little short this week. I do apologize, but I've been very tired. I'm not in the greatest of moods. Today is mostly just tired though. Got to get up early. Also, it kind of sucked because they didn't like have everything that we were looking for. There's these microwavable burritos that I'd been getting from Costco that were pretty good, and like my parent, like it sat well with my parents, and they're a nice little extra. Like it was something nice to just have, like, you know. You didn't want to do anything too crazy, then you were lazy and you just wanted to, you know, toss a burrito in the thing. And they were good. And you just put a little, you know, put a little dab of sour cream on the plate. Mix it in, had a good amount of protein. But unfortunately they replaced them with a bean and cheese one. Same company, just different burrito. It was a little unfortunate, but that's just the way, that's just how it is with Costco. I don't know, maybe they'll bring it back because they brought back my udon noodles. There's these teriyaki udon noodles that they carry, and it's from a brand where they tend to rotate like the different noodle things. Like they have all different sorts of stuff. They have like beef teriyaki ramen noodles, and like they have like all of them. I try a bunch of them. But they tend to cycle their stuff in and out. So it might end up just being one of those things. I just find it hilarious how the shamans can buff each other. Like the shamans can't like cast their little protection thing on themselves. But if there's two shamans, they can buff each other, but they still just instantly die because they don't have a whole lot in the... I need him dead. He's like the actual danger zone. I don't know if they did any balanced training towards his like avalanche ability, but I would rather not take the chances and worry about it later. Rather just kill him and not worry about it. Not have that end up being a question that I have to worry about. Ooh. Crit chance isn't like crazy though. Like it's nice, but it's I like the elemental resistance. Oh, they're rare daggers, but they're like close enough that I might as well go do them. See if we get something useful out of it. Ah, stretch. Bitchy.
Impossible.
Build's really good for just, especially for mapping. I don't know if I enjoy it too much for bossing, just because it's, I mean, it's not all the fights, but there's definitely like, it's kind of just the age-old problem of like these styles of games where like ranged builds tend to just be safer, and in doing so deal more damage. That's how it is, right? They have higher uptime on bosses and stuff, so they have higher DPS. Like for instance, the bird, right? The bird one that we did. When he does the charge across, he leaves like a, like, you know, a platform of shit or a trail of stuff behind. And sometimes with the way he lands on the platform, it's like really hard to find a safe spot to do it. And then when he does the one big like frontal slam, it clips behind him a little bit, so you can't just like stand behind him easily sometimes. Because there was a couple times I almost died because I stood like behind him within like melee range and I got clipped by the slam. Something like that wouldn't happen if I was ranged, right? Oh, to be fair, like if I used a regular Viper Strike, that also wouldn't happen. It's just that I don't think regular Viper Strike's like very good to use, even with the changes. Like generally, from what I understand, it's like if you're not using, like if you're not shape-shifting, you generally just use Gathering Storm. I think Swipe is one of the Beastmaster builds. Use Swipe for empowering. I don't know how that works. But generally almost every build I've seen for Primalist that's not using like shape-shifting stuff, you just use Gathering Storm. Granted, that was also in like the older patches, so I don't know if maybe people have found out some interesting shenanigans that can be done. But I will leave that for the more number 2% melee crit chance. This is the base we need. Potentially usable? 109 on that one. We can swap. Melee build around new sword I dropped. The sword is nowhere to be found. Oof. Much sweat. That's good enough. I mean, it's tier 4 melee. I think it should still be. Yeah, it should still be fine. We lose a bit of the attack speed though. Everything else is fine except for the fire pen. Alright, we should whoa. Oh no. Light the beacon. We have time to light the beacon and maybe do one more. What build was it? Or what sword was it, do you remember? Okay, that definitely feels better. I'll say that was a patriarch, wasn't it? Oh, nutty. Some interesting conversions. Cast bite on melee hit. Bite on warpath. Oh, that reminds me of. There's a sword I don't know. Is it the same one? I don't know. There's a sword I got, a unique one I got recently that was. I think it casts smite off of multi strike, which I thought was kind of. I haven't been able to find the idols I want. I had so many of them last cycle. To be honest, I need to go back and like do a run through of the first timeline to get a better thingamajig. Yo, he did that through the trees. Alright, that was actually fun. That was negative range, non-usable. Oh, that sucks. We're almost to that. And then we need 8 points in that to be able to pull points out of the other thing. Did they just make him not like cast Avalanche at all anymore? I'm not gonna complain if that's the case. Yeah, I think someone was mentioning the other night that they tried the new Raptor sword for Beastmaster and it also didn't feel good, just because like the Raptors have like no AoE, so they take forever to like get through a pack of mobs. Which is unfortunate. So apparently the sword itself is pretty good damage on it. You know, this one. I'll go down for those swords. Oh no, we'll go this way for idols. I probably won't be able to make it in the times that I've set for myself, but you can at least get close enough for the next time. But siege spider. Interesting, but all high level. I mean, that's good though, because it gives people like a reason to chase items and to like try to progress through. Like realistically speaking, Last Epoch I think is at a point where it kind of needs to focus a bit more on like giving people a chase, and then like focus on like getting newer people in the door. Because like especially when you do ARPGs, they kind of live and die by both influx of new players and like, you know, veteran players playing your game so they can teach new players stuff and like help figure out like what's good and what isn't in your game, since they know what to look for. And new players just can't like really do that. So if you don't give like players that play these types of games a lot something to chase in the end, they kind of like leave your game too early. So far they've been doing pretty good strides for that. What have you got? Finito, delito. So it'll be interesting to see how they go through. Personally, like everybody's like endgame, endgame, endgame. I'm sitting here like 1.3 transmog system. Give it to me, transmog system. Having an all attribute. Seconds you get back up. 50% chance to get. So the non-channeled melee or throwing attack. You expend the stack. Physical penetration with bleed. Bleed chance. You have to chance to bleed on melee hit. Damage leech does. Huh. Yeah, this one. 100% chance to cast smite after you use multi-strike. And hit a boss over enemy. I can't remember what category. That was an arena case. Over there. And just got another. Oh, this one has legendary. I don't think either of them are very good. But yeah, I think that's where I think I'm gonna call it for the stream. Oh, my brain is like so dead. Pretty decent progress though. We went through what? Almost 3 whole. Like we could probably get through this one. I played a little more, but like my brain is so dead tired. And I need to save some juice for whatchamacallit? Some juice for Zenless later tonight. Yeah, I'll yell at Jimbo. He used me for his title making nonsense. So I get to use him as an easy raid target. Bro, I can feel like my brain just slowly dying. But I'll go say hi to Jimbo. So thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll be back tonight with more Zenless. Hopefully I'll better tonight with being so tired, and we'll be all pepped up for tomorrow, which will either be last epoch or first ascendant. Haven't really decided yet. But if it's early, if you have a good day. If it's late, if you as well. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.